police forces are warning they will take tougher action against those who do not comply with the coronavirus restrictions in England and Wales.
Hell on earth, can't you see that it's hell on earth? The media and the politicians put the spell on us. I can see why they say the devil fell on earth, cause right now it's feeling like that it's hell on earth. Hell on earth, can't you see that it's hell on earth? The media and the politicians put the spell on us. I can see why they say the devil fell on earth, cause right now it's feeling like that it's hell on earth. I make music you can relate to. If I can change for the better, you can change too. The media need to stop spreading all this fake news, cause Bill Gates' dodgy vaccine ain't no breakthrough. I'm living in a false world, but still I stay true. I know people are fed up, I feel the same too. Boris got told what to do, now we're in phase 3. You can tell me what to do, but you can't make me. My heart's clean, but still I'm far from perfect. I don't wish death on anyone, but they deserve it. Cause the world's being controlled by a hidden hand. So I don't care about the roads, I got bigger plans. What's the point of living here if you can't live free? Take the mask off your kids and let your kids breathe. I've gone down this rabbit hole when the shit's deep, and when they killed Black the Ripper, that's when it hit me. Do you ever question this world that we're living in? Some of the shit that I found out is sickening. Baby sacrifices, satanic roleplay, but most people don't care, their life is okay. Or just not aware because...
You can't give me the right to be a human being. I'm born with that right. Now you can keep me from having that if you've got all the policemen and all the jobs on your side.
Hello, y'all, and welcome back to another show. Thank you for joining me for another weekly review. It is Sunday, January 24th. So this week we're covering what happened between the 18th and the 24th of January. Obviously, we had an inauguration of a new president here in the United States. But that's not going to be the focus of this show. I'm going to try to get over here a little bit more closer to the microphone so you guys can hear me a little better. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay, and thanks for joining me. I think I got everything worked out with the sound, a couple of the problems I've had over the last couple of shows. So if you guys can't hear me, let me know. Otherwise, I'll assume you can hear me. But like I said, thanks again for joining me. So the first thing I want to talk about is one of the meetings I had this week. We really kind of started talking about, what's happening in our world and what we can do to stop some of what's happening in our world. And, I don't know that we can stop it. I think maybe the better way is just to do our own thing. But in doing that, when we do our own thing, the government, the ruling class, is going to come after us. We know they're not going to let us just do our own thing. They're going to come after us at some point. And so that's why I wanted to start this show with was, who is responsible for this tyranny that we're facing now, whether it be masks or any other infringement on the Constitution if you're in this country, or just your freedom if you believe in natural law. Myself, I personally, if it wasn't for the order followers, the law enforcement, the people with weapons that are actually enforcing these rules in whatever state or country you might be in, if it wasn't for them, none of it would happen. Like here in Washington State with the mandates and the restrictions we have, Jay Inslee is not the one over here going to like the Black Diamond, the restaurant here in Spokane Valley that opened. It wasn't Jay Inslee, it was the liquor board, his enforcement agents with guns that can do damage to people, that can inflict violence upon people. So if it wasn't for them, the Black Diamond never would have closed back down, they would have stayed open. So, that's kind of what we need to really start addressing is we need to talk to the order followers of this world and convince them to stop following orders, to use ethics and logic and morality rather than their love of chasing the mighty fiat currency, the fiat dollar, this debt, become debt slaves. I mean, that's really what they are. So I wanted to bring you a video because this really shows the way these enforcers, the way they're trained, and we're just supposed to obey and do what they say because they're cops, dang it. And why not? Because they're cops in the United States of America, and we're the freest country in the world. And by golly, if a cop in the United States says to stop or to do something, you better listen because you're free, right? Now, so this first video comes to us from North Carolina Tyrant Hunter. He is in the group I am in, the Activism News Network group I'm in. So let me just get the desktop pulled up here. Let me get the Activism News Network pulled up here. So this is on ROKU is where you can get this currently. We're looking into add it to other platforms like Amazon Fire TV and things like that. But right now I believe it's $3.99 for a month subscription. You get access to myself, and there's at least 20 other auditors. I think we're up to like 21 others, so 22 total auditors on the channel that you have access to for that. It's uncensored, commercial free. You don't have to worry about commercials. And you'll also get one exclusive video from everybody on the channel. So there's a lot of really great people on that channel. They've put together a couple of promos. Maybe one of these weeks I'll play the promo on here so you guys can see some of who is on the channel. Civil rights activists all across the board. First Amendment auditors, Second Amendment auditors. People are just fighting for everyone's civil rights in general. So it's a really great channel. I suggest you go check it out. If you have $3.99 a month, I suggest signing up for it. You get great access to us. And like I said, exclusive content as well. So it's a pretty sweet deal. Definitely go check it out. I will throw the link to that in the description and also in the comments here in this live feed on DLive. So go check that out. And while I am throwing that link up, I will start playing this video. So like I said, this is North Carolina Tyrant Hunter is the name of this channel. I'm going to put a link to the video. It's already in the description of this, but I'll put it in the comments too. Go check out his channel and subscribe to this video. He did a great job handling this guy. I can't remember where he's from. Doesn't say where he's from here, but you'll see it on the car, and I'll point it out as he pulls up. But this isn't just a First Amendment auditor. Now, this is real. This is a North Carolina Tyrant Hunter, and he is hunting tyrants. That's what he's out doing today, doing a perfectly legal activity that might make some people uncomfortable. But in this video, he's not doing anything illegal. He stayed on public property, so there's no reason for the police to show up and issue him any sort of directive or anything like that. But you'll see what happens. So I'll just play it and be quiet here so you guys can.
He's coming up pretty fast. Oh, that's the sheriff.
So this is Kenly. Must be Kenly, North Carolina here. So I'll just play this. The Kenly Police.
What's up? Yeah, you can ask.
Why are you doing that?
That don't mean I got an answer though.
Okay, well I'm asking.
Okay.
So why are you doing it?
I'm doing a story on the gas company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you with?
Myself, I'm a private journalist, independent journalist.
Where are you from?
So I like right there, just kind of funny. Yeah. Well, you can ask, but I don't have to answer him, and then he answers the questions. Not a bad deal, though. Honestly, if I try to say don't talk to police, and in a general rule, that's very good. Someone like North Carolina Tyrant Hunter, he's pretty well accustomed to talking to him, so it's not as big of a deal. But for him to give up that information, it might just ease the tensions right away. He's just started stating, hey, man, I'm an independent journalist, and I'm here getting footage. I'm working on a story. So there, he gave him information. He told him why he's there. Really, there's no need for the cop to even stay around at this matter. You could, if he wants to, just pull into the place, tell him, hey, he's just a journalist here doing a story. He's not hurting anything. It might make you guys uncomfortable, but until he does something to damage your property or something to you guys, you got to leave him alone. But obviously, North Carolina Tyrant Hunter found a tyrant, and that's why we're bringing you this video. So I'm going to keep playing here so you guys can see that that's not the way this guy handles it.
That don't matter, sir. What's your name and badge number?
My name's Larry Holland, and my badge number is 812.
Larry Holland?
Yep.
812? This ain't private.
Get off the property.
This ain't private, sir. I got this GIS survey.
You want to go to jail?
No, sir.
You want to go to jail?
This is public.
Get off the property.
This is public, man. I got it.
We can't stand in the streets.
I got a map that tells me this is
heard what I
public
said.
all the way to the door.
Don't get any closer to the building than this.
And
So, first of all, what's this guy? Holland. What's he going to do, first of all? I mean, if there really was a crime going on, I mean, this is why the ratio is usually around between 7 to 1 and 9 to 1 as far as people getting shot by police as far as civilians dying to police dying in any kind of interaction like this. It's a 7 to 1 ratio. I think last year, the last I checked in 2020, it was a 7 to 1 ratio. But of course, that includes police getting hit by vehicles, any police death in the course of their duty, and then the civilians, of course, that's only us interacting with the police when they come to interact with us. So right now, in any interaction with the police, like I said, in 2020, the end of 2020, you had a 7 to 1 chance that at the end of that, it was if one of you, the two of you, was going to be dead, it was going to be you rather than the cop. Yet, and this is why, it's because this guy, I mean, he's not chasing anyone. If he has some issue, he's just pulling out his gun and he's going to shoot him. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. And that's why that's part of the reason, I shouldn't say that's why, this is one of the many reasons that we have such a problem with police brutality in this country. So, anyways, I'm going to keep playing here. I just thought it was hilarious how he comes out here and just starts issuing orders right away, like...
this is public, man.
Get off
Private.
the street.
Get off the property.
This ain't private, sir. I got this GIS survey.
You want to go to jail?
No.
Look, and of course the threat right away. You want to go to jail? I told you to do something. If you don't do it, I'm going to take you to jail. That's the attitude of police these days. Just, I told you to do something and you didn't do it. You want to go to jail? And now if you don't do it, now they're going to try to get you with obstruction or some kind of business like that. So it's just... The way police operate these days is the system is so stacked for their success. I think it's like a 98% conviction rate for crimes that go, and part of that is because a lot of cases that they know won't hold ground or they just get thrown out and dismissed, so they never actually go to court. They never actually go to the court where it's going to be counted as, oh, was this a case? No, it goes to it doesn't even make it to pretrial. It's in the arraignment it gets thrown out. So that's how they keep those numbers so high. Is anything ridiculous they throw out, and then all the lawyers are working on they've passed the bar, so they're part of the bar association, so they have to follow the rules that are set by the court, which is set by the judge. So it's stacked against us from jump, and these guys just come out and start issuing orders. Luckily, we have North Carolina Tyrant Hunter here. He knows what he's doing, so he's going to be able to handle him. And he does get nervous, and he put out a word to us on the Activism News Network that he might be arrested. So we were really paying attention to this and watching him. It's part of the nice thing about being part of a group like this is we can watch out for each other.
No, sir.
You want to go to jail?
This is public.
Get off the property.
This is public, man. I got it.
We can't stand in the streets.
I got a map that tells me this is public
what I said.
all the way to the door.
Don't get any closer to the building than this.
And what's gonna happen?
This is public.
What's gonna happen, Tyrant? Huh? What you gonna do?
What's your name, bad, sir? I'm asking.
And that's, some people think that may be provoking the officer. Policy enforcer. I don't want to call him an officer. What Tyrant Hunter there, what North Carolina Tyrant Hunter did there, and what you gonna do? But that's actually one of my favorite tactics. I say it a little bit different than him, but it's not really any way to say it politely, but to say, to ask them, oh, well, if I don't follow your stupid directive, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna take some money from me? You're gonna give me a piece of paper that says I have to show up to court someday, and if I don't, then then they're gonna have an arrest warrant out for me? I mean, put it on them. I'm not doing anything to hurt anyone else. What are you gonna do to me? Are you gonna put some handcuffs on me and torture me with my hands behind my back and stuff me in the back of your car and kidnap me and take me off to a cage? I mean, if you put it at them like that, I've done it myself and it's worked, where they're kind of like, oh, well, now that you put it like that, no, I don't really want to do that. So, it's really actually a pretty good, what are you going to do if I don't? Are you going to put me in a cage? And even put them like that. Give them those words. You going to put me in a cage? I haven't done anything to anyone. So anyways, real quick here, I just wanted to point out, turn the camera for a second, right here. So Republic, part of our voluntarist group here in Eastern Washington, she put her sewing machine to work and made some voluntarist flags. So we got 4 of them now for when our group does activities. We'll be able to take them out. So I'm pretty excited about that. So if you guys are interested in one of those here, probably for this next Alternate Economy Wednesday show, I'm going to have some sort of a platform where we're going to be selling these flags. So if you're a voluntarist or an anarchist and you want to fly your colors and show people, give people something, maybe if you go to a protest or some type of event, give people a reason to come up and ask you questions and find out what voluntarism is about. It's a great way to do it. Or if you just want to fly it in front of your house or hang it on your wall in your bedroom like this. So I'll hopefully by this next episode of Alternate Economy Wednesday, I'll have that up and available if people want to purchase one. But anyways, I just wanted to show that real quick. I'm pretty excited about that. We have 4 of them now for our group, so that's pretty cool. Pretty sweet thing there, and I appreciate Republic for doing that. I don't know if she's watching tonight, but I do appreciate her doing that.
You, sir. You didn't tell me.
You can't get us for nothing because we ain't on private property.
Can I please have your name? I don't play games.
Hey, nobody's playing.
See, now he's making more threats. So he's just trying to be Mr. Tough Guy because he's used to being able to just bully people. Because that's what these policy enforcers do. They just bully us. They start making threats. They know that they have weapons. They have backup that can come. They have trained SWAT. I mean, they know they have overwhelming and monopolized force. So they just start, I don't play games. And that's what this guy. So, I mean, he's just so unprofessional. They always tout themselves as being very professional. And we're morally, we're above everyone else because we're police and we have to monitor everyone and keep the law and order in our society, right? So it's funny to see him act like this when you get him, like, he knows he can't do anything. And then once Tyrant Hunter starts talking like this, he knows there's nothing he can do. So now he's just mad and he's just showing a little baby, a little petulant kid. That's what he acts like. So I'll try to just play it and not the rest of it here and not interrupt.
Yeah, nobody's playing house. Nothing because we ain't on private property.
Can I please have your name? I don't play games.
Hey, nobody's playing house.
I love that. Nobody's playing house. Oh.
Your name and badge number. Has a gun. You're giving me directives. Can I please have your name, sir?
And that's right. That's his buddy here. I'm not sure who this other auditor is, but that's perfect. What he's saying is, I want your name and your badge number, man. You're giving me directives and you have a gun. That seems like a threat. That's, in some states like Idaho, that can be considered, what is it? I don't want to. It's not aggravated assault. I can't remember what the charge is. I'd have to look it up again. But some states, that's actually that's a crime to have a loaded weapon, even unloaded. I think in the state of Idaho, it doesn't even have to be loaded, and make a aggressive and command like that, and coming at someone aggressive like that. It can be a pretty serious crime in the state of Idaho, anyways.
It ain't on nobody's property. It's on public property. He's gonna go get the tag now.
So yeah, real quick, I just want to point this out. Some people are fine with it. I personally don't like it because I don't want to invite any armed thugs of the state around me for any reason at all, unless if I'm in a protest or doing an audit, something like this, they're going to come around. But outside of this, when I'm not prepared for them, I don't want to be around. I don't want them to be around me at all. They're trained to carry out evil against us when we have done nothing, to use and threaten violence against us when we've done nothing. So they're not very trustworthy people. And so when I go out and do an audit, or when I go to a protest and I'm going to be around a government building, or I know there's going to be police around, I always park a long ways away and make sure I walk. That's part of my exercise when I do this, is having a little bit of a walk to get to where I'm going. That way I can, I don't have to worry about my car getting exposed and then them putting a call out. There's a guy in this kind of car that was harassing us, so you see him driving around, you pull that car over, because they can find any reason to pull us over and have their probable cause. I mean, I've heard cops say you can't drive a quarter of a mile without us having probable cause to pull you over. So they'll pull you over for anything. All right. So that's my point, is and then if you leave, if they're following you, walk the opposite direction of your car, and have have a way to call people and contact people and give them the number of what agency is following you so they can call dispatch and have them get these people off your back. That's another nice little safety tip I'd give people.
We got a tyrant on our hands, guys.
Gang tattoo.
See, now he's
Yeah, he
just
says
over
we're
here
playing
hiding.
that game.
He's not going to open his door
Gang
or
tattoo.
window and talk to him. He's just going to come over here. Oh, I'm getting your tags. Because I have these special privileges. We steal money from you by these programs so we can look up all your private information. Oh, you haven't done it.
Just
When they tell you to leave, if you don't leave, it's trespass.
6 feet. You take a step back.
sir, it is if we own their property. We hadn't been on. No, we're not. I got a map that says we're not.
Face right
Part of
here.
their parking
Look at
lot.
this face.
No,
guys.
sir. I can go all the way up to the door.
No, you can't.
Just because they
You
pave
will
it
not.
don't mean it's
What
there.
is your
You'll go to
name?
jail.
You hear what I said?
L. Holland.
You'll go to jail.
Okay, well,
Jay
you'll be
Holland,
falsely
your son?
arresting me then.
Is
Okay.
Jay Holland your
I'll
son?
falsely arrest you.
Because it don't go,
Hell,
it goes all the way to the door. The property goes all the way to the door. I already looked at it, sir. I do my research.
Holy cow, man. Years of
All right, so I just have to stop it, and that's the last time I'm going to stop it, and I'm probably not going to play much more of this video, but that's really one of the keys there, is NC Tyrant Hunter just lays it out for him. Dude, I've got a map, a GIS map. He printed it out. He did all his research. He knows where the public easement is, and he says he can go all the way up to those doors. And this guy, no, you can't. I'm a cop, and I say so. I got this shirt here covering up my big old belly, and it says no. So, you know, NC Tyrant Hunter kind of educates him, and so does his buddy here. No, you can't do anything to us. And he's, well, go ahead and step on their property. I'll arrest you. You'll get arrested. I'll put you in a cage. And so my point is, they say this stuff because they know there's no repercussions. They know nothing's going to happen. If he does falsely arrest North Carolina Tyrant Hunter, it doesn't mean anything. NC Tyrant Hunter is going to just go have to fight it in court, and then he's going to have to either do all the research and file a lawsuit himself and pay the fees himself, or he's going to have to come up with a lot of money, or hopefully, which is very rare, find a lawyer to do it pro bono for him. But chances of that are pretty slim to none with these kind of lawsuit type things. So he's probably going to have to do it himself or have a lot of money to come up to pay a lawyer to do it for him. And either way, chances are, I can't remember his name now, whatever this Lawson, I think is what it was, this policy enforcer for Kenley, North Carolina, he's not going to pay. It's not going to cost him a thing. It's going to cost the taxpayers of Kenley, North Carolina, if NC Tyrant Hunter, if he arrested him and if he took him to court and won. It's not going to cost the taxpayers. It's going to cost, it's going to cost the taxpayers. It's not going to cost this guy anything. So that's why he doesn't care. That's why he's just, I'll falsely arrest you. I don't care. Like, who else would do that? Like, if that were me, just a regular dude out there protecting someone else's business, and someone that I didn't like was maybe threatening to come onto it, I don't care. I'll put you in handcuffs whether you come on their property or not. I'll take you off to a cage and steal your money. That would never work. Then people would hate me. They'd be like, this dude's a bad guy, even when you haven't done anything to anyone else. He takes your money, he takes you to a cage, and he uses weapons to threaten you. I mean, no one else could get away with this stuff. Only they can.
Tyranny, huh?
I do my research, sir. I don't trespass.
We have definitely found an expired case of bacon that should have been thrown out years ago.
And I'm on public property with my truck, too.
Unbelievable.
I already looked at it. Looked on the map.
Is this the chief? Game tattoo? What's going on here and kill me, man?
Yeah, we got a tyrant cop here, guys.
Right place.
Talking about arresting us
yeah.
for going on private property.
Hey, Holland, you're dismissed, man. Get out of here. Hey, Holland, get out
I
of
got
here.
him here with NC Street News.
Get out of here. Al Holland, get out of here. We'll be down to file a complaint in a little bit, man.
Hey, he's gonna stick around. He probably called it. He probably called a record for my truck. Cause that's just what kind of tyrant he is. Yeah, he's gonna stay here until backup gets here.
So yeah, now this is pretty common. He just says the chief of police comes, and of course he's trying to be just kind of smooth things over. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna show of the video. But you know, this guy just shows up, tries to, I'm a cop and I got guns and blah 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 blah. That's not how it works. I'm sorry. I just thought that was a funny video. This guy's a complete tyrant. He just comes out. He doesn't care about law, rule of law. He doesn't care about the Constitution and the oath he took towards it. He doesn't care about natural law. All he cares about is, I've been given orders, and my job is, when we get a call for service, to come out here, and if I don't like what's going on, or the best of my ability, to resolve the situation. And most of the time, the best way they can resolve it is to just start telling people what to do. You know, honestly, if I put myself in their shoes, this probably is the easiest way. It's just, you go stand over there and you go stand over there. Even if it's not a lawful order, that's just the easiest way to handle and diffuse the situation, is to separate. So I understand why they do it. They're trained to do it. It doesn't make it okay, though. It doesn't make it okay to treat people that way. All right. So moving on here. Now we're going to go check out. So this next one. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to get my deal pulled up here. Just give me 1 second. This next one comes to us from Tacoma, and it's a really short video. But I wanted to play it because it shows kind of the brutality of police. Not kind of, it shows the brutality of police. So what this, I'm just going to set this up. So what this is in Tacoma. It looks like somewhere in the downtown area of Tacoma. There's I don't know, they're just having some kind of little street thing where they got the people, just people, not the government or anybody like that, just some people blocked off the street, and they got their street rods, their street cars here, and they're doing spin outs, and just, I don't know, I've never done it, but it looks pretty fun. If I was into that thing, it'd be pretty fun. Nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's damaging any property. Yes, I guess they're leaving some rubber from their tires on the street, but it's not really damaging any property. I mean, it's public property. That's going to happen anyways. Maybe they're leaving an excessive amount of rubber, but to my knowledge, it doesn't hurt anything. If so, maybe someone else can enlighten me and let me know. Hey, what's up, Oregon Rogue? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me and saying hi there. So that's what's going down, and what happens is this police car, you can see it right here, this police car comes up and is trying to get through this roadblock that the people have created. Now, if the police, for whatever reason, decide to block a road, I mean, they do it for whatever reason they want to. Don't have to have a specific reason. You know, we have to go around. We can't, if we tried to just blow through their roadblock and bust through what they were trying to block off, what do you think would happen to us? They'd probably follow us with at least 1 or 2 units, probably more than that, you know, with their cherries and berries going. A threat of violence right there. If you don't pull over, they're going to bash into your car. They're probably going to, once they do that and disable your car, they're going to yank you out of your car and beat the crap out of you. Even if you're not fighting them or anything, they're still going to beat the crap out of you just because you didn't comply with pulling over. So that is a threat of violence. If you don't pull over when they turn on their cherries and berries, even if you're not doing anything to anyone else, they're going to inflict violence on you if you don't pull over. So that's the difference, is we would have to just stop and, oh man, well, I can't just plow through here, or they're going to chase me down and beat the crap out of me or take me to a cage or extort money from me, so we have to go around it. Well, they're privileged, you know, they're the enforcers of the predator class, so all they have to do is turn on their flashing lights, and then all of a sudden they get to do whatever they want, even run over people like you're about to see. So wouldn't it behoove them to see that this is only 1, maybe 2 intersections that these people were doing this in, and just go around it? They obviously weren't there to stop the activity. They were letting them do it. But rather than go around, they just decide, no, we're cops. We do what we want. We're justified in it. We're just going to run people over. It's disgusting. And the fact that anybody justifies that's part of the people and not the ruling class is gross. But I guarantee you there's people justifying, oh, they should have moved and let them through.
People.
Oh my God! Oh shit! Oh my God! Fuck! Holy fuck! Oh my God! Oh my God! Fuck! Holy fuck! Oh my God!
Hit those people.
Oh my God!
See, that dude says it as a joke, like, oh, hit those people. Like, he's like, yeah, like he's actually going to, and then the dude actually does it. The cop actually does it. Yeah, that was really hard to watch. You're right, Oregon Rogue. I mean, who else could, I don't care who you are. You don't run over people. I mean, do pedestrians not have the right of way? I mean, did I miss something somewhere along the way there? So, all right, back on to the task at hand here. Like I said, this show is about today's show. I wanted to review those. Those both happened this week. That one happened yesterday, I believe, Saturday evening in Tacoma, Washington. The other one happened, I believe it was earlier in the week. So, like I said, we had the inauguration. I'm not going to cover any of that. I don't want to give any credence to people that think they have authority over my life or your life or anyone else's for that matter. Now, if they come aggress upon some of us and take away some of our freedoms more than they already have that we've already discussed, then we'll talk about them. But until then, we know Joe Biden's the latest puppet for the international banking cartel. So, I mean, what does it matter? If it's Donald Trump or Joe Biden or whoever, we're still dropping bombs in other countries, supposedly protecting our freedoms here in our own country by dropping bombs in other countries, which is insane. I used to go along with all that. So anyways, that's what this show is about, is who is, for all these bad deeds that our country or any other government for that matter does, who is morally responsible for that? Is it the people giving the orders? So is it Joe Biden? Is it Jay Inslee? Is it those people, or is it the order followers? Like I said at the beginning of the show, I think it's the order followers, because without them, none of it would be possible. Jay Inslee here, the guy I pulled up on the screen now, the king of the state of Washington, he can do whatever he wants. But he can say whatever he wants. But he's not the one coming and forcing the Black Diamond to close or forcing me to wear a mask or, you know, anything like that. I mean, nobody's forcing me to wear a mask at this point, but that's where it's going to come. They're going to force us to get vaccinations if we want to participate in the economy. So it's not him that's coming to do it. Jay Inslee can't do crap. He lives 300 miles away from me on the other side of the state. He can't do anything to me. The only way he can is if he has these policy enforcers, these order followers that don't think for themselves. They don't use critical thinking. They don't use logic or ethics. They just follow orders because that's what they're paid to do. That's what they're paid with fiat debt currency to do, is to take orders and do evil deeds to the rest of us in the name of people like King Inslee here. So I just have this up. This is his little talk that he gave on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I wanted to just pull this up because Jay Inslee's always good for a little laugh when he speaks. He sounds like a moron. His voice and what he actually is saying, especially when he mentions Black Lives Matter in here. I mean, does anybody really think that he believes what he says when he says Black Lives Matter? Or I mean, to me, it looks and it sounds he's just saying it because that's what he's supposed to say, because he doesn't want a group of an angry mob throwing Molotov cocktails or just showing up in front of the mansion again and yelling that he's racist or whatever. He doesn't care. That's not why he's saying it. He's saying it because he has to. Anyways, I'll be quiet and play this.
Hello, Governor Jay Inslee here, and happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This celebration just grows in significance every year. And the crises of the past year have only accelerated the need for reflection on days like this. Last year's police-civilian violence and racial justice protests unmask a confluence of long-standing inequities in our society. That's why this year my office is requesting legislation that will create the State Office of Independent Investigations. We will see that investigations of police use of force and prosecutions are conducted fairly, transparently, thoroughly, and through an anti-racism lens. The office is going to have a 2-year budget of $26 million. We want to make sure that it works.
Because we all know that that's how we make things work. You just throw a ton of money at them. I mean, 226 million, is that what he said? I got to back that up a second there. What exactly was that number?
$1 million. You want to make sure that it works. We have a 2-year budget of $26 million.
So, 2-year budget of $26 million. That's $13 million. What is a commission? What did he even say? Is that a commission, a committee?
Are conducted fairly and prosecuted. We'll see that investigations. We will see that investigation will create the State Office of Independent Investigations.
Oh, so a State Office of Independent Investigations. So an office they have to create a new office. Of course, it's going to cost $13 million a year just for the first 2 years because we want it to work. So, I mean, for only $10 million a year or only $1 million a year, it wouldn't work. So we want it to work. So it has to be a lot of money in order for it to work. I mean, clearly that's how things work. I'm sorry. I'll try not to stop this too many more times, but I just, when they speak, it's humorous to me because there's no logic in what they say. Like, what does the amount of money you throw at something have to do with how well it works?
We will see that investigations of police use of force and prosecutions are conducted fairly, transparently, thoroughly, and through an anti-racism lens. The office is going to have a 2-year budget of $26 million. You want to make sure that it works. You know, the consciousness of the nation has been raised against inequity in many areas, from criminal justice to the economy, and from the environment to our health. We have a moral mandate to acknowledge these hard truths and lay the solid foundations needed to correct this course. Black Lives Matter.
See right there, I'm sorry. Black Lives Matter. Yeah, really, he sounded passionate and like he really felt that. I mean, I could feel that energy even through the screen here, man. I mean, couldn't you guys feel that? Black Lives Matter. I mean, is that not just the most rehearsed thing? I mean, I wonder how many times he had to say it to get it to sound just like that, and he had his little cue. I'm sure he said it so. Black Lives Matter. How is that not deemed racist? I mean, seriously. I don't know. My son has a disability, and one of the things that is the most irritating to me is when people come up and they act. I call it fake compassion. They act like, "Oh, how's your son doing?" and ask me all these questions about him. And you can tell by their energy, by the way they're talking and acting, that they don't really care how he's doing. They just feel like they have to say it because it's the politically correct thing to do. And that's what he's doing with that little comment. Black Lives Matter. It's the politically correct thing to do, so that's why he's saying it. If anybody honestly this guy thinks that Black Lives Matter over any other life, for that matter, or any life other than his life and the people above him that put him in the position he's in, then you're kidding yourself. He doesn't care about anyone else's life. He's proven that. He's shut down businesses, made people go out of business, made employees of businesses that have gone out, their kids have had to suffer. All these people have had to suffer because of him, specifically because of this guy right here. So to make anyone thinks he cares about black lives or any lives for that matter, is insane. Right? I hear you. That's a good idea. Take the money for that directly out of the police budget. That's an awesome idea, actually. That would be good. And have people on that committee that oversees police violence that don't have any ties to the government or police, and maybe actually here's an idea, have some people from Black Lives Matter that don't have ties to government or anything like that just are people that are passionate about not having police beat the crap out of people who haven't done anything to anyone else or shoot them. Have people like that on the committee and oversee these shootings, because I guarantee you there'd be a lot more police found at fault if that were the case, rather than police investigating themselves and these committees and these offices being created with all our taxpayer money and then nothing is done. It's just literally just a waste. I mean, they literally could just take that $26 million and do something else with it. It's completely worthless to use it in this way, because nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change unless they stop training police officers the way they do.
I firmly believe Washington is an anti-racist state, and I will be taking actions this year that hold our state to that commitment. We need our policies and budget to reflect our dedication toward disrupting the harmful systemic cycle of racism and inequity. Now is the time to
the systemic racism and inequity. You are the system. You represent the system. So if there is systemic racism and inequity, you represent it. So here's how we get rid of it. Not let you fix it. Get rid of you. Get rid of these guys. That's fixing the problem. They create the inequity. We treat each other equal. If you treat me crappy, I'm probably not going to be very nice back to you. But if you treat me well, I don't care what color your skin is. And you know what? That's pretty universal. Yes, there are always crazies that think weird things that make no sense and no logic. Most of the time they end up in government, but sometimes they don't. And then government uses those people to convince us that we're all those crazy people, and we're not. There's very few people that want to do violence on others. These guys enable that.
Implement real change that will have a positive impact on the lives of those most impacted by the threat of systemic racism. This is the time to expand our commitments and investments, which is why I'm proposing a budget that includes $365 million for equity-related policies and budget items. And that includes $2.5 million for the State Equity Office that was created last session. So days like today...
So two new offices. We had the State Equity Office, because the state who created inequity is now going to try to make it equal by taking more of your money and creating a new office to create equity. That's... Anybody who thinks this stuff is going to work is insane. What has government fixed? What problem has government said, I'm going to fix this, and it's been fixed? They've been fighting a war on drugs since the late 80s. That's an inanimate object. We can't even win a war on an inanimate object. So how are we gonna fight inequity with a new office? That's insane. The inequity, I said, is created by them. So get rid of the inequity. Get rid of them.
Are a celebration of the resiliency and spirit of Black Americans.
For sure, North
It
Idaho
is said that
exposed,
those
for
who
sure.
ignore history are doomed to repeat it. In Washington State, we want to highlight our history of progress and our challenges and the work that we have not done yet as we effectuate positive change for all. Dr. King said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. So let's continue to have the hard discussions about things that matter every day and keep the legacy of Reverend King alive through our actions to help the disenfranchised. Have a great day. Thank you.
All right, so that's the end of his little Martin Luther King Jr. speech. First, I also wanted to point out, isn't it ironic that he's giving a talk about Martin Luther King Jr., a civil rights activist. Obviously, we know there's all kinds of PSYOP stuff going on there. We know about the assassination. There's all kinds of, just like every major event in our history, we have not been told the truth. So we won't just, if we're just going on by the narrative and what that is, here, what we're supposed to believe about him is he was this great guy, out there promoting civil rights, and, for all intents and purposes, he was. A lot of the things he said, I've seen him on video. They're very true and valid things. But isn't it ironic that here in a day honoring this guy in his fight for civil rights, we got King Inslee up here honoring him wearing a mask, wearing a ritualistic slave muzzle. And that's what this is. This is a ritual. I'm sorry, this gives them power. All of these people wearing masks, it gives power to the predator class. Yeah, you have a good day too, North Idaho Exposed. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Everybody go check out, he's on D-Live as well. He goes live sometimes on D-Live, North Idaho Exposed. Go check out his channel, sub to him, follow him, and check him out on YouTube as well. He does a lot of great work up here in the Pacific Northwest as well. Concentrates, obviously, channel name, most of it is in North Idaho, but he does a lot of work in Washington as well, so go check him out if you're not already following him. So I'm just going to put up the call-in number up there if you guys do want. If anyone wants to call in and chat for a little bit, I'd be open to that. Otherwise, I'll just chat here for a little bit longer. I do appreciate you guys showing up and following the stream live. It's pretty cool. I feel like I'm getting a little better at it. Got most of the kinks worked out, all the mic and stuff like that. So hopefully it's going better on your end. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. If you guys ever have any suggestions for the show, if while I'm talking, you have, especially during the weekly review, you have something you want to add, throw it up there on the screen or on the comments. I'll check it out. We can go check it out. That's kind of the point of this show. As it starts to grow, I'd like it to be more and more interactive. So I do appreciate you guys joining me. I do have, Wednesday, coming up on the show on Wednesday, the Alternate Economy Show, just a little heads up. So I am going to have the transaction of the winner from last week's, I guess it was a couple weeks ago now, cryptocurrency little challenge we did get a winner, so I'm going to be actually sending the money to that winner on this Wednesday's show. So check that out. If you're unfamiliar with cryptocurrency, it'll help you kind of understand how to use it, how to send it from wallet to wallet, how to receive it, those kind of things. And I also might have someone come on to talk about crypto, someone that watches the market a lot and invests in it. I might have them come on and just give a little talk about it. So definitely don't forget to join me on Wednesdays as well. But I thank you for joining me today, and join me every Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific for a week in review. We're going to have a Tyrant of the Week on every one of these from now on. I decided to start that. That was part of the reason that doing this review is I wanted to do a cop watch, and I was kind of having a hard time figuring out how to do it exactly. So we're going to have Tyrant of the Week. So hopefully you enjoyed North Carolina Tyrant Hunter. Like I said, I put the link to his video in the description of this. It'll be, if you're watching this the next day, on YouTube or 3Speak or LBRY or BitChute or DTube, Minds. Follow me on those platforms if you haven't already. And I'll have the links to everything I used today in the description, as well as the song and the intro that was from Guidance. I'll throw that in the description as well. Go check him out and subscribe to his channel. He's a rapper. I believe he's from the UK, and he's putting out really great music right now. Most of it has to do with the pandemic and what's going on in our world with the Great Reset. So go check that out. Like I said, the links are in the description of this. I tried to throw a couple up in the comments there. I guess let me do that here for the rest of them. So here is, if you want to check out that video in Tacoma, there's that link there. And let me get the last one. This is if you want to watch old Jay Inslee move his mouth underneath his mask, his slave mask. There's the link for that one. And I'll have to get the one from the song at the beginning. Other than that, maybe we'll play that again. We'll hit you with a little bit more guidance on the way out. You guys have an excellent rest of your day, though. Rest of your evening. I hope you had a great week. I hope you weren't too stressed out over the inauguration. Honestly, I didn't even pay any attention to it. Didn't watch any of it. Haven't cared about it. Hopefully that's the way you guys feel, and you will join me on Wednesday in establishing an alternate economy Wednesday. Until then, peace out and enjoy a little guidance as we clear out of here. You guys have a good night. Don't forget to live free.
Hell on earth, can't you see that it's hell on earth? The media and the politicians put the spell on us. I can see why they say the devil fell on earth, cause right now it's feeling like that it's hell on earth. Hell on earth, can't you see that it's hell on earth? The media and the politicians put the spell on us. I can see why they say the devil fell on earth, cause right now it's feeling like that it's hell on earth. I make music you can relate to. If I can change for the better, you can change too. The media need to stop spreading all this fake news, cause Bill Gates' dodgy vaccine ain't no breakthrough. I'm living in a false world, but still I stay true. I know people are fed up, I feel the same too. Boris got told what to do, now we're in phase 3. You can tell me what to do, but you can't make me. My heart's clean, but still I'm far from perfect. I don't wish death on anyone, but they deserve it. Cause the world's being controlled by a hidden hand. So I don't care about the roads, I got bigger plans. What's the point of living here if you can't live free? Take the mask off your kids and let your kids breathe. I've gone down this rabbit hole when the shit's deep, and when they kill Black the Ripper, that's when it hit me. Do you ever question this world that we're living in? Some of the shit that I found out is sickening. Baby sacrifices, satanic roleplay, but most people don't care, their life is okay. Or just not aware because they've done no research. The people need to stand up, don't your knees hurt? I could have been selfish and put me first, but I need to free the world before I leave Earth. Hell on earth, can't you see that it's hell on earth? The media and the politicians put the spell on us. I can see why they say the devil fell on earth, cause right now it's feeling like that it's hell on earth. Hell on earth, can't you see that it's hell on earth? The media and the politicians put the spell on us. I can see why they say the devil fell on earth, cause right now it's feeling like that it's hell on earth. stand up and take your freedom back. That new technology, we don't need all that. There shouldn't be no people starving anywhere. When I look around, I see corruption is everywhere. I feel sorry for Palestine and Syria. I'm so sorry for what them clueless soldiers did to ya. They killed Gaddafi, now it's even worse in Libya. And now I'm seeing China's beefing with India. Why do we allow the governments to control us? Sometimes I can't help but feel hopeless. It's like I was born in the wrong generation. Some of these gas youths need a long meditation. Is it just me or is everyone gone mad? Everyone's in the banks with the wrong mass. Little girls are now dressing like the big girls. Animals for dinner, no wonder why your shit smells. The girl them are acting how the man them do. And man are beating up girls to the black and blue. I don't care if you're white, black, Jew or gay, but so many labels for just one human race. And marijuana is a plant, so free the weed. But they'll rather build a temple to free the beast. Stop the 5G interfering with the frequencies. And if you need some guidance, come and speak to me.